This is tough to watch here now. Lucas Tomlinson is reporting at least three U.S. troops have been wounded as a result. Don't know the extent of the injuries, but Jennifer Griffin's live at the Pentagon now. Let's bring her in as we await more information here. Jen, what do you have? Good morning.
Well, Bill, we've just learned that at least three American troops were injured in this suicide bombing attack. A firefight broke out, we're told. We don't know whether they were Marines or members of the 82nd Airborne. Both have been at that Abbey Gate. We can confirm it did occur. The suicide bombing did occur at the Abbey Gate. There are Afghan casualties, as you just heard. A firefight also broke out. This was a complex attack, I'm told, from senior U.S. officials with the sources on the ground. But we can report at this point there are at least three injuries to American service members who were standing at that gate, guarding, trying to help check the paperwork of those who were coming through the Abbey Gate. The gates, as you know, have been a target. There were intel reports that we have reported on, and that the State Department put out the alert yesterday that Americans should not come to the gates, that they should withdraw back away from the gates. There has been concerns that ISIS or other bad actors would try to disrupt in these final days, the Americans pulling out, so as to look as though they are pushing the Americans out. Right now, scenes on the ground extremely chaotic, but we can confirm three American injuries at this moment.
Okay. The sun set about 15 minutes ago. It's about 6:45 local time in Kabul. Jen, you used a word there about a complex attack. Without having much more detail, the imagination runs wild. But if it's a complex attack, then this wasn't just a lone suicide bomber who perhaps wandered in a crowd. It was much more involved than that, potentially.
Well, what we can report at this time is that there was a suicide bomber on foot, and then there was a firefight that broke out. It is clear that this was an attack that was, we had the warnings. There were intelligence warnings. The military knew that they were working up against a clock. They knew that the enemy, the Taliban, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, they get a vote in this. And they knew that every day and every hour that went on, that's why they were moving as swiftly as they were. That's why you were seeing 20,000 people a day being airlifted out of Kabul airport. They knew that they were on borrowed time. And this is the reason that the State Department put out that warning last night, telling Americans not to come to the gates. Again, the military and the State Department working very hard to get as many people through those gates. And now it appears as if that is shut down, and we've moved into another phase of this evacuation.
Thank you, Jen. Stand by one moment.